Dear children, next we learn about the experiment which gave us the unequivocal proof that it is DNA that is acting as the genetic material. And this experiment was done by Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase. Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase, who gave the unequivocal proof that it is the DNA which is acting as the genetic material. And what was the experimental material? It was bacteriophages. What are bacteriophages? They are viruses which infect bacteria. They are viruses which infect bacteria. This is the structure of a bacteriophage. It has a coat which is made up of protein which encloses the genetic material. And these bacteriophages, when they infect a bacteria, what do? They attach to the bacteria with the help of the protein coat and allow only the genetic material to pass into the bacteria. That means the protein coat will remain outside the bacterial body and only the genetic material will enter into the bacteria. Genetic material of the virus will enter into the bacteria. So they took some bacteriophages and they grew in a medium containing radioactive phosphorus. It was having labeled phosphorus, that is P32. And some of the bacteriophages were grown in a medium containing radioactive sulfur, which was radioactively labeled as S35. So some bacteriophages were grown in a medium containing radioactive phosphorus, that is P32, and some were grown in a medium containing radioactive sulfur, that is S35. The virus is grown in P32. The virus is grown in P32, that is radioactively labeled phosphorus P32, got radioactive DNA. That means their DNA was radioactively labeled with P32. Why? Because DNA contains phosphorus, whereas proteins lack phosphorus. So those bacteriophages which were grown in the medium P32 had their DNA radioactively labeled. Whereas in the other medium in which the viruses were grown in S35, such viruses had their protein radioactively labeled with S35. Why? Because sulfur was present in proteins and sulfur was lacked in DNA. Is it clear? So DNA contains phosphorus and proteins contain sulfur. Viruses which were grown in the P32 medium got radioactively labeled DNA. Why? Because phosphorus was present in DNA, whereas phosphorus lacked in proteins. Hence, the DNA was radioactively labeled. Whereas the viruses which were grown in the medium containing S35, they had their protein coat, that is, their protein was labeled. They got radioactively labeled proteins, or they got radioactive protein. Why? Because sulfur was present in proteins, whereas sulfur lacked in DNA. Thus, we can see those bacteriophages or viruses which were grown in P32, they had radioactive DNA, P32 labeled DNA, whereas those viruses which were grown in S35 containing medium, they had radioactively labeled protein because DNA had phosphorus and proteins had sulfur. The first step is infection, in which these preparations which contain radioactively labeled proteins and radioactively labeled DNA were used separately to infect E. coli, which is the bacteria. So they infected the bacteria, and once they infect, what happens? The protein coat remains outside, only the genetic material enters inside. So after infection, the E. coli cells were gently agitated in a blender. So the second step is blending. So why blending is done? So that they remove the virus particles from the bacteria, the viral particles which is attached to the bacterial cell's membrane are removed by gentle agitation, and this process is called as blending. And the third step is centrifugation. The culture was centrifuged to separate the lighter virus particles from the heavier bacterial cells. So centrifugations based upon their sedimenting property or based upon their weight. They differentiate into different segments, that is the supernatant and the pellets, based upon their weight, based upon the molecular weights. They segregate into different segments. So that is called as centrifugation. So first step is infection, in which the viruses are allowed to infect the E. coli bacteria separately. Second is blending, in which they are gently agitated to remove the viral particles attached to the bacterial surface. And third is centrifugation, to separate the lighter virus particles from the heavier bacterial cells. And what is the observation? The bacterial cells which is infected with viruses having radioactive DNA were radioactive. The bacterial cells which were infected, those bacterial cells which were infected by the radioactive DNA containing viruses, they found that the radioactivity in the bacterial cells. That means they were found in the pellet region. Pellet means the bottom region which is heavier. Whereas the supernatant which contains the viral particles lacked any type of radioactivity. Whereas those bacteria which were infected with viruses having the radioactive proteins were not radioactive. The bacterial cells did not have any radioactivity. They lacked radioactivity because the protein cells or the protein part did not enter into the bacteria from the viruses, and hence the supernatant, that is the above part obtained after centrifugation, was radioactive in nature, whereas the bottom part, which is a pellet which constitutes the bacteria, lacked radioactivity. So once again, the first step is infection, in which the viruses having radioactive proteins and radioactive DNA infected the E. coli bacteria separately. And here we can see the viral particles getting attached to the surface of the bacteria, that is infection. And once infection takes place, the genetic material enters. In the first picture, we can see that the protein is radioactively labeled and the DNA enters, which is lacking any type of radioactivity. Whereas in this picture, we can see that the radioactive DNA enters into the bacterial cell. In the second step is blending, in which the bacterial cell, in which the viral particles are detached by agitation. And third step is centrifugation. In centrifugation, we see that in the first figures, that means the bacteria which was infected by radioactively labeled proteins, the radioactivity was seen in the supernatant and no radioactivity was detected in the bacterial cells. Whereas in the second picture, we can see those bacteria which was infected by the radioactive DNA had radioactivity in their bacterial cells, whereas radioactivity was absent in the supernatant. And thus, they were able to understand that which is acting as the genetic material, what is getting passed into the bacterial cells, whether it is a protein which is getting passed into the bacterial cell or whether it is a DNA which is passed into the bacterial cell. And in the conclusion, they found that it is the DNA which is entering from the viruses into the bacteria. Thus, they proved that DNA is the genetic material. Thank you.